What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the best franchise on YouTube, the Washington Football Team franchise. Quick disclaimer before I get into the Week 13 matchup here. If you hear any kind of background noise like scurrying across the floor, water drinking, or like you might hear right now someone pulling and tugging at their bed, it is my brand new puppy I got. He is only 2 months old. This is like the 13th time I've tried to record this with him acting an entire fool. So I'm just accepting it. It is what it is. If you hear anything in the background while I'm talking, just go ahead, comment Loki down in the comment section. That is his name. But anyways, into this game, we are in week number 13, getting ready to match up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it has been a bit of a rough season for them, to say the least. Coming into this week 13 matchup with a record of 3-7-1, they already know playoffs is not going to happen for them. So I don't think they're in tank mode. I think they are still trying. But our Washington football team, however, we are currently sitting at the first slot in our division, number 1 seed, hoping to hold on to that position and get that first round bye in the playoffs. But we are coming off of a very good win led by Adrian Peterson in the running game against the Dallas Cowboys. Adrian Peterson would not let us lose. I mean, I hate to say it at this point. I really wanted it to be Dwayne Haskins leading the way for us, but he's just still not where he needs to be at passing wise. So we're going to have to rely on the run game and Adrian Peterson and the whole crew of running backs that we have behind him for him to lead the way here, because it's probably going to be a bit of a tough challenge running on these Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not easy. They still do have Cameron Hayward. They have T.J. Watt. They have Devin Bush, Minka Fitzpatrick. So there's stars all over this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. However, we won't be starting out on offense. We are going to be starting with a defense of our own, who's very star-studded. Also, they're going to start. Pittsburgh is going to start things off by handing it off to James Conner. Gets blown up at the line of scrimmage. Ends up losing a yard by Ryan Kerrigan and Matt Ioannidis. 2nd and 11. Ben Roethlisberger drops back to throw, and he gets sacked by Ryan Kerrigan again. Ryan Kerrigan is starting off with a huge game for us, the sack leader for this Washington franchise. 3rd and 21, Ben Roethlisberger throws it across the middle, completes the pass, but doesn't get the first down. 4th and 8 brings up a punt, and this is exactly how you want to start things off on the defense. Force the 3 and out, get the ball back to the offense, and let them go ahead and do what they got to do, and put points up on the board, hopefully. Like I talked about in pregame, the game plan is going to be get the ball to Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson's first touch, he takes it from the 37 all the way down to the 29-yard line for another first down. He's kind of tired. We take him out, put J.D. McKinnis in, and T.J. Watt blows McKinnis up in the backfield, losing 4 yards. Adrian Peterson back in there on 2nd down and 14. He's able to get a nice gain down to the 23-yard line, picking up 10 yards for getting us to a 3rd and a manageable situation. McKinnis back in there, taking the handoff, and he's able to pick up the first down. There goes Loki right there. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Haskins going to drop back to throw. Ends up finding a wide open tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle, who's able to pick up the first down, absorbs the hit down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, still throwing the ball. Questionable call here. We end up connecting with Steven Sims on the drag route. Gets the ball down to the 1-yard line. If we throw the ball from the 1-yard line, all right. From the 2nd and goal from the 1, we're going to go ahead and run the ball with Adrian Peterson. I'm going to say, if I throw the ball from the 1-yard line, just go ahead and call me Pete Carroll. Anyways, we're into the end zone. Washington now has a 7-point lead. Beautiful start. Defense came out, got the 3 and out. Offense took the ball down the field like they're supposed to do and put it into the end zone. So things are looking great so far. Steelers' second possession, still handing the ball off to James Conner. Thomas Davis is able to run him down after a gain of 8 yards up to the 33-yard line. 2nd and 2. Ben hands the ball off to McFarland. The Steelers have a nice little duo of running backs as well. McFarland is able to pick up the first down to the 41-yard line. Back to McFarland. This time he's stopped behind the line by Cole Holcomb. Ends up stopping him for a loss of 1 on the play. Brings up to the 2nd and 11. Ben Roethlisberger with the play action fake ends up looking for James Washington, and Washington is just unable to make the catch. I doubt he would even be able to keep a foot in bounds if he were to make the catch there. 3rd and 11, Ben throws for Ebron, I think that was. Ball ends up getting tipped and falls incomplete. And again, another 3 and out caused by this Washington defense. The defense, like I said all year, is the strength of this team. We're gonna have to rely heavy on them to come away with the turnovers and stops that we need to make any noise really for the rest of the season and in the playoffs. 2nd and 9, Haskins in the shotgun hands the ball off to Adrian Peterson up the middle, and Hayward's able to stop him. brings up a 3rd and 5 from the 24-yard line. Running the bubble screen to Sims, as Sims is open, gets an amazing block by Terry McLaurin, and Sims is off and running, and he's gone. Nobody's going to catch him. Terrell Edmonds in pursuit, but he's just unable. He just doesn't have the speed to end up catching Sims up the sideline and into the end zone for another Washington touchdown. You can't ask for a better start to the game. 2 3-and-outs for the defense, 2 possessions for the offense, and we score. This is looking like a whole new team. Like I said, I got to start off with running the ball more. My problem, I feel like, was I've tried to pass the ball too much. I was so dead set on improving Dwayne Haskins, getting him to where he needs to be, and getting McLaurin superstar abilities that I just neglected. Oh my gosh, I just neglected Adrian Peterson. Beautiful coverage there by Thomas Davis. Ended up baiting that perfectly. Came away with the interception. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. We end up handing the ball off, losing 2 yards. 2nd and 12. We're going to ask Haskins to throw the ball. Has McKinnis wide open, but McKinnis just drops the ball. 3rd and 12 from the 28-yard line. Haskins back in the shotgun, trying to get the right play set up. Ends up hitting an out route to Trey Quinn, and Quinn is able to fall forward for the 1st down to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 14. We're going to run the jet sweep to Sims, see if he can get anything going. Able to make Devin Bush miss with the juke move. End up getting knocked down at the 11-yard line by Terrell Edmonds, though. 2nd and 7, we hand the ball off to J.D. McKinnis, who's able to get it to a 3rd and 2 situation. Haskins drops back to throw and finds the tight end yet again, Jeremy Sprinkle, for yet another touchdown for Washington. Things are going our way. 21-point lead in the first half. Still early, you know how Madden works. You get those early leads, and then next thing you know, boom, a whole bunch of Madden bullshit in your face. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me here, though. 1st and 10, James Conner on the run. Cole Holcomb misses with the hit stick, and I think that was Fuller who was able to bring him down after a gain of 4 yards. 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger back to throw. Ends up connecting with James Washington across the middle. Down to the 41-yard line to pick up a 1st down. 1st and 10, they hand it off to James Conner, and Thomas Davis shot the gap, ends up tackling him in the backfield for a loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 13, they try to get tricky and run the screen, and it gets blown up by Troy Apke. Was that Smallwood? Smallwood was the running back on that play. It gets blown up by Troy Apke, forced the fumble. Ryan Kerrigan recovers, and Washington is right back in position to go. We're not even going to waste any time here. We're just going to say, screw the game plan. Let Haskins loose. He ends up finding Trey Quinn up the seams for a touchdown. One play right after the turnover. They do say the best time to take a shot to the end zone is right after a turnover, and that's exactly what we did. 28-point lead in the first half. Definitely feeling really good right here. Troy Apke with a huge hit, trying to force another fumble on James Conner this time. 2nd and 5, Ben Roethlisberger drops back to throw, looking deep, for James Washington, but ends up finding Troy Apke again. And Apke is returning the ball across the 50 to the 40, makes a move at the 42, about the 46, gets the return down to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, 3 minutes left in the first half, and Washington's looking to go up 35 points here. If we go up 35 points at this point, I'm ready to call it a game over. 2nd and 2, we hand the ball to Adrian Peterson on a stretch. Gains 1 yard. We needed to. 3rd and 1. Haskins drops back to throw. Looked like he had a guy open, but he takes the more difficult throw to Terry McLaurin, and McLaurin makes the catch down to the 2-yard line. Hand the ball off at the 2 to Adrian Peterson. He's able to get the edge. I mean, normally you want to truck the guy over, but Adrian Peterson showing he still has a little bit of speed to get the edge, and he gets past the defender into the end zone, and Washington now has a 35-point lead in the first half. At this point, Pittsburgh is just looking for anything to get going right now. Haven't even crossed the 50 yet. 1st and 10, Ben almost throws a second interception to Troy Apke. Apke's able to tip it away, and Ronald Darby ends up getting an interception. And just like that, back again, Washington is in position to score again right before half. 2nd and 4, we're going to hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson, see if he can get anything going. Probably went a little bit wide there. If I would have kept it a little bit more to the left, might have gotten something. 3rd and 3, 3 seconds left. We try to kick the field goal, and I think I missed it. I did miss it. Dustin Hopkins ends up missing the field goal right before half. Oh, man. Whenever I see Hopkins miss a field goal, I just flash back to that Browns game, because he doesn't ever just miss one. It comes in multitudes. Anyway, starting the second half with the ball. Uh, I mean, at this point, I feel like the game is over. If we get a touchdown here, it's definitely over. First and 10, Haskins ends up connecting with Trey Quinn on the drag route. Gets the gain down to the 42-yard line. First and 10 from the 42. We're going to hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson, and he gets stopped for a gain of 2 yards. Second and 8. Haskins in the shotgun going right back to the RPO bubble. It worked so well before. See if we can get anything here. End up picking up the first down with Sims to the 47-yard line. First and 10, right back to Adrian Peterson. Probably don't want to run too much on TJ Watt's side. TJ Watt is a freaking goon. Ends up stopping Adrian Peterson for a loss of 1 yard there. Second and 11. Haskins connects with his tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle, again across the middle. Unable to get the first down, but gets us to a third and manageable. Hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson. Looked like we had a hold there. Just beautiful defense there by the Steelers. We could have gone for it there, but we're just like, 35-point lead. Just let's go ahead and punt the ball. Turns out to be a good decision. Tress Way with a beautiful punt there ends up pinning him down inside the 5-yard line. Reuben Foster tried to put a huge hit on James Conner. He just broke the tackle, gained 2 yards up to the 5-yard line. Second and 8, Ben Roethlisberger back to throw. Troy Apke covering the middle, and he ends up throwing into coverage on Reuben Foster. He ends up swatting that ball away. It brings up a third and 8 from the 5. Ben Roethlisberger under pressure throws the ball looking for Ebron, but he ends up finding Landon Collins, and Landon Collins has the easiest pick six of his life, probably of his career. And just like that, it's 42-0 Washington. Um, did I say this game's over? Yeah, it's pretty much over right now. Uh, Steelers just unable to get anything going at this point. They still, I don't think, have crossed the 50-yard line. First and 10, they're going to hand the ball off to James Conner. Beautiful pursuit angle there by Troy Apke. Ends up stopping on short of the first down marker. Second and 1, right back to Troy Apke, who takes a hit from Fuller. Looked like he was stopped, but somehow, someway, he was able to stretch the ball across the first down marker. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Beautiful tackle there by Darby on James Washington, who had him beat on that out route. Second and 6, going to hand the ball to McFarland, and McFarland is able to fall forward. Looks for the first down. Yep, for first down there. 50 seconds here. Oh my gosh. Chase Young bred that perfectly. Just fell for the play action. He could have had another sack or not another sack, probably his first sack of the game. Yeah, his first sack of the game on Ben Roethlisberger. Second and 10, Ben trying to take a deep shot and ends up finding old man Thomas Davis back there playing center field. Thomas Davis is able to come away with the interception. I honestly was not sure on how I was going to play Thomas Davis this year, or if I was going to play him at all. I don't even know if he's going to be on the team next year because he's old and he's making a shitload of money that he probably shouldn't be making. Anyways, third and 6. Fourth quarter here. We're trying to run that bubble screen again to Sims. This time the Steelers are able to sniff it out. We don't pick up the first down. We're not going to go for it here. The game's pretty much over. You see we have 2 clock on. We'll just go ahead and punt the ball away and let our defense continue to do what they've been doing all freaking game. First and 10, Steelers next possession. Looking to try to get anything on the board. Oh my gosh, we almost read that with Troy Apke. Almost had his second interception and almost had a pick 6 of his own. Second and 10 from the 29-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger back to throw. And Fuller had it in his hands. Had another interception. I don't know if that one was a pick 6, but third and 10 from the 29-yard line. That one definitely should have been a pick. Reuben Foster read that one perfectly. It's like the ball literally just went right through his hands. Brings up a fourth and 10 and a horrible punt by Barry. Thomas Davis probably gets the first punt return of his career. He should have never even touched that ball. Luckily for us, he didn't fumble the ball. Anyway, second and 5 from the 50-yard line after the Adrian Peterson run. We hand the ball off to J.D. McKinnis, who gets the edge, breaks the tackle, shoving the man down to the ground at the 42-yard line. First and 10, right back to Adrian Peterson. Doesn't get the first down, but he does get a decent gain of 4 yards on first down. Second and 6, right back to J.D. McKinnis. At this point, our game plan is just really going to be run the ball because we're just trying to milk this clock here, get out of here with the win because it's pretty much over. Third and 2, we try to hand the ball to McKinnis, and T.J. Watt sniffs it out. We end up bringing on Dustin Hopkins for a 57-yard field goal, and easy as 1, 2, 3. Dustin Hopkins has an amazing, Dustin Hopkins has a leg. He has a serious leg on him. Pause. First and 10, 45-point lead for our defense. James Conner is saying that he's not done fighting. Ends up fighting for that first down. It's the toughest 10 yards you'll probably ever see him go for. First and 10, after James Conner's run, they're going to hand it right back off to him. He's able to gain 3 yards this time. And I thought at one point, I was thinking that the Steelers had waved the white flag here. We're just going to run the ball. Ben tries to sneak in a little play action there on us, and we end up swatting that one down. 3rd and 7, taking a deep shot, ends up finding Colvin, and Colvin has the interception, gets a key block there by Thomas Davis on James Conner. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this one into the end zone on our own. Yeah, we're kind of running the score up, but I mean, in this league that we're playing in, if you're like late game situations like this, yeah, offense we don't want them scoring any more points. But if you're on the offense, you're down and you just keep throwing the ball. That's what happens. I mean, that's a risk you take. You keep putting the ball in the air. If we get the interception, we're more than welcome to go ahead and try to return it. Set 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Troy Apke has been that guy. Has one interception, a boatload of pass breakups. Chase Young gets a sack on Ben Roethlisberger on 2nd down after the holding. We're going to go ahead and decline that. But Troy Apke's been all over the place. The forced fumble, the interception, the pass breakups. Easy a player of the week candidate. 3rd and 19, Ben Roethlisberger goes down to Reuben Foster with a sack. He's going to go ahead and flex on Big Ben. Brings up another Steelers punt. Strowman back there to return. Not much of a return, man. Probably need to look at getting a new guy there. But things are pretty much going to be over at that point. We just run the ball a few more times with Adrian Peterson and J.D. McKinnis and run the clock out. Steelers don't call their timeouts. And the Washington football team moves on to 10-2 on the season, looking to get a firm grip on the #1 seed in the NFC and get that first round bye. So leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more Washington football team franchise gameplays, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Washington, they continue to be one of the best.